guys, it's Bess back with another video, and I'm actually really excited to film this one because I need to show you guys and share with you my physical TBR. Okay, it's kind of massive, but not really at the same time because I see so many others and they're in the hundreds or they're in the thousands. And yeah, I think my TBR is that high, but my physical TBR on the other hand is not. So my physical TBR is not as massive as my entire TBR, and I have 20 books on my physical TBR that I would love to share with you guys, and I would hope that I can get through this year. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first book I have is The Song of Achilles, and guys, if you know me, I love anything having to do with Greek culture and Greek literature, and I have heard really good things about this. I've also heard mixed reviews, but I'm really excited to read this one. I did actually start it, and it's about a year ago actually. I did start it last June in 2023. I got 35 pages in, and I feel so sad that I did that to it, but it just it's a little slow at the beginning, but I do want to finish reading it this year, and I'm hoping that I can put it at the top of my pile. Okay, or at least something I can read through this one kind of slowly. Okay, I also have The Body Keeps the Score. Now, I did start reading this, but I was in a different mindset when I did purchase this book, and I think this one is going to be more of like a casual read, and it's not really going to be like, you know, reading it every single day. I think I'm just, if I feel like I need to read something with something to make me think or be a little bit more retrospective, or just more like if I'm feeling like I really want to learn something, then I'll pick this one up. But again, I'm actually really happy that I purchased this book. I know that I didn't really read much of it, but it is a book that I'm hoping that will stay in my library for years to come. Okay, now getting out of those type of books, now we're going heavy into the romance. So next we have Small Town Romance from Knockmouth series. I have read Things We Never Got Over. It's book number 1 in the series. This is the second book in the series, Things We Hide from the Light. Okay, and this is Nash's book, the brother. And then we have the third book by Things We Left Behind. Honestly, it's been so long since I purchased these books that I don't even know what they're called. And this one I believe is Lucian's. I don't know how to pronounce his name, his book. And he is the best friend to Nash. Okay. Next, we have a book that I'm actually really excited to read. And it's one of my more recent purchases. And it's actually the first book by Megan Quinn that I own or have even picked up, A Not So Meet Cute. Now, I'm actually really excited to read this one. And I'm really upset that I don't get a chance to actually read this one in June just because I'm so busy. But I'm hoping that in July I can pick this one up. And yeah. Again, I've heard mixed reviews about this book. Some people say that they love it. Some people say they hate it. But you know what? I am done with listening to what people are saying about, these books. And I'm just going to, take a chance on it. This book is actually a book that has been on my TBR for probably over a year. And in February, I bite the bullet and I ordered it. And it's here and I can't wait to read it. Okay, so another book or author that I've never read is Emily Henry, and this one is Beach Read, and I know. Emily Henry is a little bit, I don't know, I hear so many mixed reviews about her work, and I hear people say this is a good one, I hear people say this is a bad one, I hear people say that all of her books are just like copy and paste. I don't know. But you know what? I love the beach, so I'm taking a chance on this one. And I decided that if I read it and I don't like it, I can always just donate it or gift it to somebody else who might enjoy it. So you know what? We're gonna keep that mindset of if we like it, we like it. If we don't, it's just not for us. Girl Abroad by Elle Kennedy. Okay, I did actually start this one, didn't get through it, but I am going to pick this up in June, and I can't wait to finish it. Girl Abroad, she's studying abroad. What more can we say? Yeah. Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. Again, I'm reading this in June, and I cannot wait to pick it up. I loved her Dreamland Billionaire series, so of course I had to go back for another Billionaire series, and we'll see. We'll see what this brings. Okay, now kind of going into a little bit more dark romance, we have Twisted by Emily McIntyre. Now, Emily McIntyre, I absolutely adore her writing. I actually don't know which one this is about. Usually her Never After series have some kind of like reimaging of like a story that we've known. She usually paints the villains as, it's like the villain's story, and the villain kind of comes on top in these stories, and I actually love that concept. I think it's, you know, new and refreshing, and I just really love the way that she writes her stories, so I am really excited to read this. And even though this is a part of the Never After series, all of her books can be read as standalones. They are not continuing in the same universe, and they are not continuing with the same characters as the other books. I just like to read her stories in order, so I just am reading it in the order that she published them. Okay, next we're kind of getting into like more series, and that is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, and I do have all 3 of the books. Yes, I haven't read any of them, obviously, but you cannot read a story or a series like this and not have the other books ready and willing and able to read as soon as you're done the first book, okay? And I'm always on the fence of when I want to start this because it is a series. I know they're not very large and I could probably finish them quite quickly, but whenever I'm reading a story like this where I know it's a series and it's a continuation, I feel like I have to brace myself and be ready for it. And so I'm always just trying to figure out when to read them, if I should take them with me on vacation or, you know, do like standalones or whatever. But I do want to eventually get to these, and hopefully I'll get to them sooner rather than later, because I feel like I am doing a disservice to Holly Jackson and this genre of style, like this genre of, you know, books, because I haven't touched it yet. Okay, so next I have The Silent Patient. Okay, I have to support my fellow Greek author, you know, it has to. My friend actually read this book and she really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy this as well. Again, I'm trying to figure out when the right time it is to read more of like a thriller, mystery, you know, suspense, murder type of book, because I am a mood reader and I want to give all my books 100% of my love and attention to them. And if I'm not 100% feeling into reading like a mystery, I don't want to even pick it up and try to read it, because I do not want it to have a bad taste in my mouth and just have a negative connotation or memory associated with it. So I'm hoping that I will feel the urge to pick this up. Okay, this is going to be a little controversial. Verity by Colleen Hoover. Now, I would like to say from the very beginning that I have never read a Colleen Hoover or a Coho book. I know that she can be a bit of a problematic author, and I was even considering not even showing this because I don't know how I feel about it, but nevertheless, I did purchase the book and the cover is beautiful. I've heard like mixed reviews of this, but I've also heard that it's a very easy read, and a lot of people do tell me like yes, like 100% yes and then 100% no. So I'm very on the fence about this one, but I do think that when the time comes and I do feel the urge to pick up like a thriller or like a mystery or a suspense, that maybe I will pick up this one and it'll actually jumpstart and get me into the genre. Okay, not necessarily into wanting to read more of her books, but more of wanting to just read, this genre. Okay, so I've got a couple more series, so just hang with me. This is book 4 of Vampire Academy, okay? And you can see I've read it. I've read most of it. I only have, I don't know, maybe 100 pages left, 150 pages left. I started this last summer and she remained. Okay, I binged the first like 3.5 books in like 2 weeks. I would like to state that I have actually read these books, okay, back in middle school and high school. I adore this series, so I wanted to do a reread, which I did, but I only made it, like I said, halfway through book number 4. So I'm hoping that by the summer I can finish book number 4 and, go on to 5 and 6. And I don't know if I've expressed this before, but I think one of the reasons why I kind of stopped midway was, 1, because it is a big series. I kind of got burned out by the story a little bit. And 2, I still remember, vaguely what happens. And one of the storylines that's actually a very big storyline for the entire series is one that I'm not necessarily happy with. And because I kind of dread that it, was coming up and that it's there, I think that has just made me stop, just made me not want to continue. And I need to get past that so that I can finish it. Okay. It just needs to be done. It's over my head and I can't have it hanging over my head. Okay, now the final series that I'm going to talk about that is on my TBR, and please let me know if there's more to this order because I'm still confused, is the Inheritance Games. Okay, I have the first 3 books, the Inheritance Games, the Hawthorne Legacy, and then the Final Gambit. Now, I was under the impression that this was a trilogy and that, the Final Gambit was going to be the final story. I don't think it was, and I'm utterly confused on the reading order and if I even need to continue reading it. Like, is there more to it after? I don't know. So please, if you guys know, just let me know in the comments. Obviously, don't put any spoilers out there, but just let me know, like, is it a part of the original story? Does this, like, is there more? Can I just stop at 3? And I'm actually really excited to read this one because, so it's called The Inheritance Games. And, this girl, she basically wins this inheritance what is that? Gets this inheritance from this guy, and she ends up, owning the home, and his, family is like, wow, I can't believe they gave, everything to you when we're here. And apparently there's like a whole bunch of secrets. I'm not even sure how much romance is in this, if there's any, or if there's triangles or whatever, or other shapes, I don't know. But I am really excited to read this, and also the cover is gorgeous. It's so beautiful, and it's actually a really, really soft material. So I know that like it's gonna be an easy read, and easy in the sense of like the book and the spine is not like thick and difficult. Like, it's quite bendy, but still has structure to it. If you know, it's like that perfect, medium. And so I'm excited to read that. But like I said, I am trying to be a little bit more intentional with my reading. So June, I'm gonna have, a smaller TBR. But this is just like what my physical TBR is about. And yeah, as you can see, it's kind of piled up like right beside me, these 20 books. But yeah, so these books have kind of been piling up, as you can see. And it just keeps going. But yeah, so again, that is what my physical TBR is looking like these days. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I hope you can leave some comments down below and we can really build this community. I hope you like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time.